On the 30th of March, India marked Ram Navami. Unfortunately, some states saw their share of violence and complete anarchy. Lives were lost too in some of those instances. But that was 5 days ago. One would think that that's enough time for any state administration to bring the situation under control. But unfortunately, things haven't really calmed down in West Bengal. From clashes in Howrah last week to stone pelting and arson in Hooghly over the weekend. The state remains on the edge, and politicking is on in full swing. Section 144 has been imposed in the area in Hooghly, and the BJP state president, Sukanto Majumdar, was stopped from entering Hooghly. There is a dharna that the BJP has now called for tomorrow as well. That only escalated the war of words between the two parties. West Bengal's Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, then came out and appealed to the Hindu community of West Bengal. She said, don't fall prey to what she called was the provocation and narrative of the BJP. She said, Hindu community must stand as a shield for their Muslim brothers. But here's exactly what happened over the last 5 days. Take a look at how it all unfolded. It was on the 30th of March in Howrah where we saw violence during a Ram Navami procession. Cut across to 1 day later on the 31st of March. There was tension in Shivpur in Howrah district as well. There was already violence. It continued to be on the edge. 1 day later on the 1st of April, Purva Bardhaman, which is West Bardhaman, is where the BJP's leader was shot dead. What exactly happened? What was the motive? That's still under investigation. April 2nd, Hooghly violence then broke out. This was during BJP Shobha Yatra, where the BJP claimed that their procession came under attack. Those arson visuals are on your screens. We're also given to understand the allegation is that there was stone pelting as well and that the TMC government there allowed it to happen. Today, in Hooghly, BJP West Bengal president's convoy was halted. He was blocked by the administration from entering and meeting with the victims because Section 144 was in place. That has only triggered a further political blame game. Take a look at what both sides have said so far. As far as the BJP is concerned, they have put the blame solely on Mamata Banerjee. They say that she is responsible for this violence. To which the TMC says that it's the BJP that is the provocateur, it is a party of criminals. Now, the BJP came out and said after yesterday's attack that this was completely pre-planned. While the TMC then came out and said that Dilip Ghosh, who was leading that particular Shobha Yatra, was the one who provoked violence. That's also what Kalyan Banerjee, the member of parliament from the area, said yesterday. Now, the BJP came out and said that Bengal's law and order is in complete tatters. They've made this allegation in the past as well, even written to Union Home Minister Amit Shah for his intervention. To which the TMC came out and said that the BJP is using Lord Ram and festivals like this as political tools and nothing else. The BJP said, especially in yesterday's instance, that the police failed to take action. To which the TMC said that ruckus follows the BJP wherever it goes. So that political fight is only escalating. But Bengal is not new to this kind of violence, especially during Ram Navami. Let's go across to what happened back in 2017. Tension was simmering in a minority-dominated area. This was in Kolkata port area. The same year, stones were pelted at a Ram Navami procession in Purulia as well. In 2018, there was a clash in Purulia again over Ram Navami celebrations. In the same year, there were stones pelted at a yatra in Asansol and in Raniganj as well. The same day, 3 different instances, 3 different locations in the same state. In 2022, a procession was allegedly attacked in Howrah. And we saw what happened this year, 5 days ago, when again in Howrah there was a clash that broke out during that procession. And then again yesterday in Hooghly, where the BJP Shobha Yatra came under attack. So what exactly is happening in West Bengal? Who is keeping this political communal cauldron boiling, and are they doing this just for votes? We'll open that up to both the BJP and the TMC, but take a look at what's transpired so far.
बनर्जी केवल राजनीति देखती हैं, नहीं तो आज ये होने की कोई संभावना ही नहीं था। पुलिस अगर पहले से और नजर रखता है जहां गड़बड़ होता है, जो लोग गड़बड़ करते हैं, तो ये घटना नहीं होती।
GVL Narasimha Rao, Member of Parliament of Rajya Sabha and BJP spokesperson, continues with us on this debate. Spokesperson of the TMC, Biswajit Deb, also joining us on this broadcast. And Mr. Deb, I'd like to ask you, Like I just listed out, instances like this unfortunately have been happening over the last several years. Could then the government would have been more proactive than reactive? Because for the last 5 days, we've seen violence, pelting, anarchy, as some would say, at least in some parts of the state.
Who has instigated this violence? Mamata Banerjee had repeatedly said that Ram Navami will be celebrated. But please celebrate Ram Navami in a peaceful manner. BJP from the very beginning has provoked a section of people. They wanted violence and they provoked the people for violence because BJP believes in division of people on the basis of religion. This is their basic politics and this is what they have been doing in Bengal since the past several years. Earlier we had also seen that BJP leaders coming here and saying that बंगाल में पूजा नहीं होता है, बंगाल में दुर्गा पूजा करने नहीं देता है, बंगाल में काली पूजा करने नहीं देता है, and the result was 2021. People of Bengal had thrown them away. People of Bengal does not believe in this communal politics. It is the BJP people who had led this particular violence, who has provoked this violence, and thereafter they have, you see, in the procession we have seen that they have brandished weapons, swords, sticks, and even pistols and guns. Is this the way to celebrate a Ram Navami procession? Is this the way that Lord Ram has said to celebrate Ram Navami?
Sure.
Politics of violence we do not believe in politics of violence. In Bengal, people of all religion, they stay together. There is a complete religious harmony in this state, which the BJP is trying to disturb. BJP is trying to create a situation of law and order, so that they can reap out this particular benefit in the upcoming panchayat election.
Sure, and I'll have JVL Narasimha Rao respond to that allegation, but I want to ask you the question that I asked once again. That if the TMC believes that this is a ploy by the BJP, that this is by design and it's not by coincidence, like Mamata Banerjee today said, that Hanuman Jayanti is next and perhaps similar things could happen then again because the BJP is stoking this fire, then why wasn't the state government and the local administration better prepared?
Local administration was absolutely prepared. Now you tell me one thing. You tell me.
Go ahead,
Shall
Mr.
I
Dev.
reply?
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Dev.
Yes. Now you tell me one thing. There were hundreds such incidents throughout the country during this Ram Navami celebration. What happened in Gujarat we have seen. What happened in Uttar Pradesh we have seen. What happened in Madhya Pradesh we have seen. So is this a complete failure of law and order situation in those particular BJP ruled states? Do you want the police to open fire? Why did BJP member of parliament, Mr. Dilip Ghosh, went for a rally again in Hooghly yesterday? What business he had? Earlier also, when the Ram Navami procession was held, there was a situation where violence was there. So he was instigating. He was trying to instigate violence.
Sure.
In Hooghly. So this instigation on the part of BJP, this provocation on the part of the BJP is what we are repeatedly saying.
Sure.
That BJP is trying to create a lawlessness in this particular state, which will not be tolerated. Already the state administration has arrested 31 people, irrespective of religion, irrespective of political affiliation. Because we don't want the peace. We don't want the peace of Bengal to be compromised like this. Outsiders are being brought in for the purpose of violence, and there was provocation, and thereafter there was rumors and spreading fake
Can't
news.
have a lecture like
which
this
is,
here.
Which is
Sure.
a politics of BJP.
Sure.
This is
JVL
exactly a
Narasimha Rao,
politics
your
of BJP.
response. This is a ploy, one of polarization that the BJP often resorts to. That's the allegation that the TMC makes against you.
Yes, okay. I hope I will not be disturbed because this long lecture, which was completely full of falsehood, I have heard it patiently. Chief Minister of Bengal, Ms. Mamata Banerjee, she has exhibited her antipathy towards Hinduism. I don't know whether this was a part of her political ideology or she hates Hinduism. We know the whole country had seen how she objected to people raising even chants of Lord Sri Ram What is objectionable about chanting Sri Ram? The whole country knows how she got irritated, how she got out of the car and threatened people and took police action against them. And what you're seeing, and how she actually wanted processions, Muharram processions, had to be given permission. Therefore, she said, Durga idol, Ma Durga idol immersion will not happen in Bengal, and that will not happen in Kolkata. People had to go to, Hindus had to go to High Court on repeat occasions to get permission for even Durga idol immersion. So she has always adopted an anti-Hindu policy, only to appease the Muslim vote bank. I don't think Bengal's government is secular at all. The West Bengal government has not been secular at all. It is patently following an appeasement politics. It has been taking, in this case also, she has to take responsibility for the entire violence that erupted. She knew that this procession was going to take place. Why do Hindus have to avoid going to certain localities or certain areas? Why should such restrictions, as long as the procession is peaceful? And it is the responsibility of the state administration, state police, to ensure that proper protection is given. Most of the people who suffered attacks in this particular incident, they are Hindus. And cases have been foisted against Hindus. So she is running some kind of a government which cannot even claim to be secular. This is a breakdown of law and order machinery in the state of West Bengal.
Sure.
And Mamata Banerjee, if she cannot govern, she must resign and go.
Sure, and that's also what the BJP has asked for, central intervention from the Union Home Minister. A letter was short of yesterday, right after those clashes broke out. But Biswajit Dev, even today, we had the Chief Minister of West Bengal come out and say that Dilip Ghosh and the BJP made it a point to go through minority areas, and that really was the provocation. But if that was the case and that was seen as provocative, then why was the permission given for this rally? And if there was no permission for this particular Shobha Yatra, then has any action been taken against Dilip Ghosh or anyone else?
See, from the very beginning, Dilip Ghosh was instigating the mob, and he had no business to organize a Shobha Yatra in the name of the celebration of Ram Navami, because Ram Navami was held on the day of Ram Navami. After 5 days, he is organizing a procession. It means that there was a clear instigation on his part, and he made provocation on the people. They had no business to organize that particular rally in Hooghly after 5 days of Ram Navami. There was no permission granted.
Mr. Dev, apart from the timing of it all, the fact that it was held 5 days later, is there any other substantial evidence that you have for blaming the BJP or Dilip Ghosh for provoking, as you claim, the people there? I mean, why they carried out the yatra after 5 days is something that the BJP will answer, but I'm sure there is no reason or there is no time limit on celebrating these things, is there?
There was no permission. There was no permission. After this Howrah incident, he should have acted in a responsible manner.
Sure.
He is a senior parliamentarian. He is the senior vice president of the party. He should have acted in a responsible manner. He should not have gone there and provoked. This is the job of the BJP. They first provoke, and thereafter they spread fake news, and thereafter they incite violence. And this is exactly what they are doing in Bengal. They are trying to create a situation of unrest. And we are not going to tolerate this. Bengal government has always respected each and every religion. Here, people from all community, they live here peacefully, and there's a peaceful coexistence between all religions.
Sure.
But BJP is trying to divide the people on the basis of religion. This will not be tolerated.
And it's not just about, yes, Jivya Narasimha Rao, I want you to get in.
31 people have been arrested.
Sure. And Jivya Narasimha Rao, I want you to come in with the counter that you wanted to make, but I also want to ask you a question. The timing is not just about Ram Navami. Now, Panchayat elections are also around the corner in West Bengal. We saw what happened last time around when assembly elections were held and the kind of violence that was witnessed there on ground. The timing of the Panchayat elections also nearing and these kind of clashes coming out, do you think that's also a coincidence?
First of all, last Panchayat elections saw scores of BJP cadres being lynched to death. there was a massive, I think it was a blot on democracy. But but I also take offense on the objection to the statements being made by the TMC spokesperson. He seems to suggest that Hindus have no right to conduct processions. Hindus have no right to celebrate their festivals. Hindus should celebrate festivals on a day that TMC will decide. I think TMC has no right to decide on how festivals will be celebrated by a community. It is for them. What is TMC's locus in this? How can you say don't celebrate the festivals? Don't carry out processions? Have you banned all kinds of processions or celebrations by the Hindus because you want to consolidate a particular vote bank? This is highly condemnable and I take strong offense to this. And as far as your question is concerned, I think all along in the last 2 years that the TMC has returned to power, and even in the previous 5 years, they have only one agenda, that is to resort to gundagardi, to use violence as a means, as a statecraft, violence as a state policy to annihilate and to somehow subdue the opposition. This was used as a political strategy, and even now they are doing it.
Sure.
Maybe they have suffered some losses in the recent bypolls,
Sure.
and they are doing it
Sure,
to
so it's
consolidate
appeasement
vote banks
versus polarization.
before
That's the
panchayat
narrative
polls.
that we are seeing. Unfortunately, violence hasn't ceased in the last 5 days. We do hope that things calm down and we do not see any untoward incident in the coming days in West Bengal. I have to leave it at that, but I thank you both gentlemen for joining us here on this broadcast and sharing your perspective. With that, we're slipping into a quick